What's going on, guys? This is Justin back again for our continuing coverage of Dungeon Crusade. So we are starting a new round here again. Unfortunately, our Battle Mage ate the dust last time. She tried to take on a chamber monster, and it did not work out too well for her. So that is quite unfortunate. So, beginning of our hero phase, or sorry, not hero phase, our upkeep phase, we've got to revive her. So we're going to go ahead and do that roll, and let's hope that she can roll well, that she can get buku bucks, as they say, and we'll see what happens. We're getting close, fortunately, to, I think, being able to take out our last Guardian. So I'm excited about that. Of course, we're pretty much both just beat all to pieces. So that's an issue. But hey, it is what it is. And hopefully after we get back to town and we beat him, we can get some gear and get geared up for the next round, the next quest table, and be ready for some things. So we're going to start with a Battle Mage. She's up here. I know it looks like she has health and essence, but she really doesn't. I've just put the sliders on there to make it easier. So we're going to roll. Remember, we roll a D3, and that gives us some health and essence, and then we roll a D12 for health and essence, and add that separately. So, okay, right. Of course, that's about par for the course, right? So there is our D3 for both. So we take a D12. We'll take a red and an orange. The red is the health. The orange is the essence. Big numbers. Okay, that's a 7. So that means she's got a total of 8 health. And essence, that means she's got a total of 5. So there we go. So that takes care of her. And let's put her on the board. And I think I'm going to do something a little different with her. Alright. So I think I'm actually going to start her right here on this siege tile. Because you see Albus is up here. She's got all that money. He needs to get out and grab some potions, maybe some gear, but definitely some potions to help. Even torches, pickaxes even. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put her here, and she's just going to slowly make her way back wherever she needs to make her way back. But at least this way, Albus can get that money, and she's not going to hopefully lose it before that happens. And, yeah, good things will happen that way, I'm hoping. You never know, but that's the theory. So that takes care of that part. So now let's continue on with our upkeep phase. Alright, so I think we're actually going to switch things up here. And we're going to do our Battle Mage first. And she's going to have 1, 2, 3. So Albus hopefully can get to her and get the money and get out. And then 4, 5, and 6, she'll basically be doing a lot of movement, I think. Maybe even going down in the corner to check out. Yeah, to check out a mining location and another treasure chest while we're here. Or maybe not. Maybe she won't. Maybe she'll just go up there. Anyway, then we'll put 4, 5, 6 for Carrick, so that he can go after her. Okay, cool. That's our initiative tokens. Our teleport track. We haven't taken out Dreadthorn. Once we take out Dreadthorn, that will actually trigger. So yeah, the next part is the part we've all been waiting for, the encounter phase. Okay, here's the encounter thing, and I do want to point one thing out. I think a couple times earlier when we've seen these symbols, I said that the red is engaged, which means they're adjacent to a monster. That's true. This eyeball I said was if they're in a chamber, that's wrong. It's not if they're in a chamber, it's if they're being tracked by a guardian. They would be ineligible to do this. But in this case, that does not doesn't matter. So let's see here. Challenge. Select a hero. The hero discovered a chamber where hundreds of skeletons lie dormant across the dungeon floor. Oh, this is one that Roger just had not too long ago in his Silver Crusader playthrough. A massive pile of bones, the hero notices a few shiny pieces of gear. Test strength to lift the skeletal bodies and throw them aside. On a pass, draw 2 loot cards. On a fail, the hero trips and falls on a green bottle of potion, shattering it. The liquid reanimates many of the skeletons. The hero defeats all of the skeletons. And in the course of the battle, the hero takes a d6 of damage. Now, this is kind of like, what do you want to do, right? Because on the one hand, I've got a +3 with Carrick, right? So that 19 would mean I need a 16. But if I fail, he literally only has 1 hit point left. So, that's kind of going to be an issue. On the other hand, probably the Battle Mage is not going to pass, but at least she has some hit points. Man. I guess let's have her do it. I mean, just because if I don't, if Carrick does it and fails, then that's going to be our Terror Track Up move again, and I don't want to do that. At least if she fails, a d6 is going to hurt, but it's not going to kill her, which is better than another blip on the Terror Track there. So let's see what she rolls. Remember, we're looking for a 19. Her strength is a 1, so we drop it all the way down to an 18. And a 12 is, as it turns out, not an 18. So, yep, she's going to take a d6 of damage, so we'll roll the red die. And this is just straight up a d6. Low numbers. Okay, 2, 8, 7, 6. Okay, I can live with that. That is not bad. Much better than the alternative. Okay, awesome. So, cool. That takes care of the encounter phase. We'll do the guardian phase, so we're rolling for our guardian. But remember, during this guardian phase, we've already had 3 because of our table, right? Our guardian spawn that we chose was 3, so we've already had 3 out there, so nothing happens with the guardian roll. That takes care of the guardian phase. Now we actually go to our hero phase, and remember, we're starting with the battle mage first, technically, although we're actually going to start with Albus to get some of that nice gold to him so he can get out and get some potions to help us, hopefully. Alright, so here we are, kind of a wide shot with Albus because he's going to be moving from here, this direction, towards her. So we're hoping he does mucho movo. And then I've got my 2 tokens here. To remind me, he's got 2 actions. We're just going to pull the first one off. And remember, this is a d6 plus 6. That's a 5, so that is a total of 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, he's definitely going to be making it out. And remember, he can pass by her grab the stuff, and then get out of the dungeon because that trade is free and it doesn't interrupt the movement. So we'll roll again to make this legit. Oh dear Lord. Okay, a 1. That's horrible. But hey, 1, 2, 3 out of his 7, so he's got 4 left. Which is that was close. So we're going to take the 600 gold that she has. We're going to put it on his sheet. So he now has a total of 800 on him that he's carrying. Remember, his limit is 1,000 because he's still level 1. And then he will finish out his movement. Boom. He is in town. So now that he's in town, he can purchase stuff. He will not be able to come back in this round, but he can at least purchase stuff. So let's go to town, and go to town on buying some stuff. That's what we need to do. Alrighty, so I looked through everything, and the fact is, I thought about buying some additional items. But the problem is, I think I want to save that gold for when we level up, to do some House of Chance games, or to buy more powerful stuff once we get to T2. So instead, just going to have him, because remember, he can only carry 4 currently items, and I don't want to blow a bunch of gold on this, because he's still going to be able to, if they didn't use these before we get teleported out, they would still have those in their inventory. We're going to buy 4 items. Remember, they're all 100 gold a piece. So there's the 400. Also, while we're here, torches are 100 gold a piece. So I think I'm actually going to buy. Or no, I'm not going to buy torches. I'm going to buy a pickaxe. So we can at least get started on the old pickaxe route. And we'll see. Hopefully we can start getting some stuff with this pickaxe, and getting some stuff to use later on, hopefully. And yeah, let's see how that fares for us. I know that's what is that? 4, 5, 600 gold. Yeah, and we had 800, so that's a lot of the gold. But I mean, you got to spend money to make money, right? As they say. Still upset about that stupid goblin stealing our gold. But hey, it is what it is. So that'll finish up Albus, and the next up is gonna be her. She's gonna go back. Our battle mage is gonna now actually do her movement and whatnot in the dungeon. All right, so I had considered looking at some mining sites. There was one that was kind of close by, and a chest, but I noticed that there's actually a crate in an empty chamber here. Because remember, I don't know why that's like that. I don't know why. Oh, because when we were setting up, we knew that these rooms, one of these was an empty, or out of these 4 rooms, we'd completed the champion, so we knew the rest of these were empty, so I just went ahead and flipped them over. And also, we've got this secret room that has a crate in it, so I'm considering here for sure, because that's just an easy crate, and then possibly this, maybe on another round, just because I don't want to risk it. I want to be careful because oh no, there's a wall there. So she could actually do both of these because, right, Dreadthorn is just right there in this that quadrant. So I don't want him to go, but you have to go the long way around to get there. And that actually puts her up on this next tile above this one, going this way. There's a chest right there that's close by, and there's another mining site. So I think we're actually going to go this way. Haven't said all that. So let's get our move going. Have a d6 plus 2 for our movement. And that's a total of 7. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's our first action. Our second action, same thing. Ooh, 3. 1. She's in the chamber. So we know it's an empty chamber. And now we have a crate. So there's our crate. There's our empty chamber. We're going to draw from the crate, the loot crate bag. Alright, so here's our loot crate bag. You can see we've got a bunch of tokens in it. Get these out of here, get these ready. And get them shuffled up real good. Actually, you know what? I can't get them shuffled up real good. Alright, let's do it like this. So we're going to put them all in here. I'm going to reach in here. Oh, left one in the bag. Alright, here we go. Point it towards you. And I'm not going to look. And for that one, I got. Ooh! Nice. Draw a loot card. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Let's go draw a loot card. Alrighty, here we go. So let's just hope that this is a good pull, because you remember we pulled that helm that had the fused skull when we did get to draw some loot. So let's hope this is a decent piece of loot. We draw the top card of the loot deck. Alright, so let's see what we get. Please be decent. I don't think I can take rejection. This game has rejected enough. Oh, wait, what? Okay, apparently bows are our jam. Plus 3 damage, and it's only a T2? Holy cow. Plus 4 to range, plus 4 to physical. A successful warfare rolls with a specific monster type. So with that monster type, dealing extra damage, you can potentially do 4 damage. Do we have anything with that? Yeah. So like, for example, the Wraith that's out, that is that monster type. So if we hit that Wraith with this bow, we'll do 4 damage. Holy crap, that is amazing. Okay, so the thing is, it's T2, so she can't use it. But, wow. Man, that is a good pull. That's luck, guys, because that is not, I didn't stack the deck or anything. Wow. Of course, yeah, she can't equip it, right? Because, it's a T2, so she still will technically just have, Summon Spectre Sword, if we get to that, unchannel that. She will still have that, in her backpack, right? In her infinite inventory. She still have, surely, you know what? She's just going to leave her balanced axe. It doesn't matter what she's got, because it's plus 0 for the other one. So she's still using her axe, but when we go to level up, yeah, there's going to be some changes for sure. She's probably going to take the bow from Carrick that he's got currently. And yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Well, that was actually a really good turn for her. Holy cow. Okay. Well, she's still got another turn. So that was the first activation. So let's see what happens on her second. All right. Here we are with her second activation. So now I think she's going to go over here. She's going to try to get into this other room right behind her. All she's going to do is step basically out, go around, come in right there. So first activation, she's going to move. Man, that bow, holy crap. Alright, that's a 5. So that is 7 movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And her second activation. Alright, so that was her first action. She entered a movement. She is adjacent to this room, so we're going to attempt to discover it. Okay. See what happens. And the rulebook says it says adjacent to it. It doesn't say like adjacent to the door. So I'm assuming that she can be there. But I'm not sure. I mean, if you're looking for the door, it kind of makes sense. You'd have to be at the entrance. But I don't know. I'll say in order to unlock it, I've got to be adjacent to the entrance. So here is our secret room stash here. So we're going to reach in here. We're going to grab one. We're hoping it's an easy one. All right. So it's a 3 and an 18. That means that we've got 3 attempts to discover the room with an 18. And remember, we add our wisdom, so that's, with her, that's another 3, which is good. So it's a 15, 3 shots at a 15. But it takes an action in order to do that, right? So if we look at a quick reference card, we can move adjacent to and attempt to discover a secret room. So we moved adjacent, we can attempt to discover it. But if we wanted to, if we failed this, because this is with one action, right? So if we didn't get this, then she'd have to spend this next action attempting again. All right? So that's how that works. So right now, we're on our first attempt, and it is wisdom. It's a d20. The difficulty is 18. She has a 3 in wisdom, so it's a 15 or better to discover that room. An 11 is not going to do it. So what we do is we would put a red token. For now, I'm going to put this one here. So we've attempted and failed once. All right, so that was our initial attempt. So then we're going to use our next action to attempt to discover it. Again, we need a 15 or better. A 7 is not a 15. That is 2. So that takes care of her first activation, right? So she moved and she moved and she attempted to discover it. So her second activation. Oh, come on. All right, so second attempt, first action of her second activation, her final attempt to discover this room, which I would really like to because it does have a crate. But we'll see. Again, we need a 15 because she has her wisdom. She has a 3 in her wisdom. So 15 or better. Oh, it's just insulting. 14. So we were not able to discover that secret room. So this is going to go away. So what we do is, that means this crate token is going to go away because it's nothing there. So we're actually going to, we're going to take a lock pick token, and we're just going to put that there on top of that to show that, there's nothing there, right? We didn't discover the secret room, but there's nothing there. So I'm going to grab a random one out here. So, let's see. Actually, it's these. Oh, where are you at? I just had you. There we go. So we had the master. Remember, there's a master token. This is what we used to see the dungeon with. Then we pull the token that gives us our attempts. If we fail, on the back of it, it says locked. So we just plop that right there, and there you go. So I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use her next action to move. Remember, she can move down, and she's going to try to move up here to take a look at this treasure chest and to potentially take a look at the mining site. So let's move this up a little bit so you can see that. Alright, here we are. So yeah, so she's going to move up. We got a potential mining site there and a treasure chest there. So, her next activation. She's got 2 actions. First action is going to be a move action. Yep, so that's a 4. That's absolutely horrible. And we're not going to take on this level 2 monster. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the next action on that activation is also going to be a move. A 3. So 1, 2, 3. Awesome. That was her second activation. Alright, so now we are on to her third activation. And first one is going to be a move to discover this mining site. Oh, wow. She's got 7 whole movement. She's going to go here. We're going to flip this over. Okay, that is mining site D. So now we know where another mining site is. But that ends her movement. And she doesn't get to continue moving. Next action. And this is her final activation, by the way. 6, that's an 8 movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And she is going to draw from the treasure chest deck. Okay, here we go. Treasure chest deck. Please don't screw us. Draws from the treasure chest deck, and she finds. Oh my lord. Again, guys, that's 100% legit. 1,500 gold. Crap, you know what this means? It means that freaking goblin's gonna show up and steal it again. Alright, cool. Well, we're gonna add 1,500 gold to her, and wow. Yeah, Albus may have to spend his next round leveling up so he can hold all his money. Alright, guys. So I was trying to decide what I wanted to do with Carrick. Obviously, he only has 1 hit point. He has no essence. So he is super squishy. I don't really want him to fight anything. He didn't have a pickaxe. He doesn't have anything that he can really do. So what I decided to do, since he's already T2, level 2, and we have a lot of life force, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spend his next 2 activations, since he is T2, to purchase the next level of each of his abilities. So remember, he's got the 2 abilities, Healing Hands and Consecrate Ground. So there's the next level of Healing Hands. Now notice that is, and I believe that probably the other Healing Hands was a misprint that probably should have had this as well on it, but I don't know for sure because the rest of these have it on it to show that it should have been channeled. But this is a level 2 version. It's the same thing as the other one, except instead of a D6, instead of a D4, we can use a D6, and then Consecrate Ground. Of course, this costs 3, and I think the other one costs 2, maybe. Consecrate Ground is the next level of that. Now, instead of -2 to the rolls, they get -4 to the warfare values. So, just going to go ahead and purchase those because, like I said, we've got quite a bit of life force. We're going to get a little bit more killing Dreadthorn. We'll get 5 more, so we have enough to level up. We'll have enough to level up the Battle Mage and either level up Albus again or potentially do something else. But he's actually going to spend That's a total of 7 life force to purchase those. So there's our 7 life force gone. And that was the 4th and 5th activation, that enlightenment action on both of those cases. Which means he has his final activation with 2 actions. And I think... I'm actually kind of thinking I'm going to run him over here, maybe, try to get him in here. Well, yeah, it's kind of a... I don't want him within 4 of this, because potentially if Dreadthorn, who you can see right here, goes here, he'll be able to see him. Assuming that he doesn't, like, move here and then move north, in which case it doesn't matter. He's definitely going to see him. So I'm thinking I may just move him, like, right here, because that way if he does hit here, there's no line of sight because it'd be going through a wall, and that will keep him safe as long as he doesn't continue further north, because we don't want to get him targeted because he's probably for sure going to die, and nobody wants that. So I think that's what we're going to do. So he's got 2 actions to do it. I don't have any doubts that he can... Well, you know, I've been wrong before, but he's going to try that. So movement 4, yeah, plenty. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to hang out right there, and then his last action is just going to be wasted, because we're definitely not fighting level 3 or 4 monsters. At 2/2, wouldn't do that probably anyway, unless I was full and being literally on the brink of death. I am definitely not going to do that. So, yeah, there we go. Cool. So let's go, and that actually completes the hero phase. So now we're going to go to our next phase, which is the monster phase, and we're going to see what these boys and girls are going to do to try to eat us. Alright, so here we are, back in the saddle again, as they say. So first thing we got to do, remember, is we roll to see if any of the minions turn into raiding minions. Now, I think that this is optional with the Solo Crusader mode. If somebody knows, let me know. This may be optional, but we're playing with it. We started out with it, so I may be making this a lot harder than it necessarily has to be. But hey, it is what it is. So we're going to start, of course. Boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Dreadthorn obviously doesn't have that. So Skeletal Grunt is not raiding. The Orb Siege Breaker Red is not raiding. The Red Wraith is not raiding. The Blue Orb Siege Breaker is not raiding. And the Red Goblin Footmen, is raiding. Okay. That's no bueno. Right. Okay. Alright. So let's go to each one of these, get their movement done, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Alright, here we go. Green Skeletal Grunt. He is probably going to make it to that bone pile, so we'll patrol die. 5 plus a 2, right? Yep. So that's a total of 7, so that's 1, 2, he chose green, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That takes care of him, so now let's go to the Red Orb Siege Breaker in the corner. Alright, Red Orb Siege Breaker here in the corner. Let's see what he does. Ooh, that's a 6 and a green, but no, I think the green's gonna matter. So 6 plus 2, right? Yep. He's not raiding village or anything, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, 1, 2, 3. He's just out of sight of Oh, this needs to go away. Pick that up. Just out of sight of the battle mage. So that'll make for an interesting next turn because he's got 2 health. So she may try to take him out because physicals that's not necessarily her jam, but chaos is, and that's one of the things that he has. Okay. Going to the Red Wraith. Next, who is not raiding. Alright, here we go. Yeah. And this is, remember, this has Shadow Step, right? So, we're going to roll for movement. It's a d6 plus 3. At 9. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have to roll our d20 for the Shadow Step. 16 to 20. So, he does not activate again. Next, let's go to the Blue Orc Siege Breaker. Alright, here we are with the Blue Orc Siege Breaker. That is a d6 plus 2. And he is close on this orange to this route, so we'll go ahead and roll that while we're doing it. Alright, that's a 3. That's a total of 5, and he's going to take orange, so he's going to head back the way he came. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, he just kind of switched directions. Okay, so now to the Goblin Footmen, who, remember, is raiding. So let's look at that. Alright, here we go. We're over here. The Goblin Footman is up here. I just wanted to show you this, right? So you can see on this tile that you've got that red arrow. Notice it doesn't have a number. So he's going to be coming off of this siege tile, or not siege tile, sorry, out of this quadrant, and he's going to be going this direction. Now, once he gets down here, there's two things here. There's a 4 to 6 and a 1 to 3. So depending on which route he chooses, that'll be the direction he goes. And they're always trying to get the shortest distance, right, to get to this tile. So that's how that's going to go. And whenever he ends his turn, they roll d20 and result of 620. Any minion within a 6 space radius is instantly converted into a raiding minion. No line of sight is required. So actually, if you look, 1, 2, 3. If he had ended his movement where he's at, let me just show you that right quick. We'll see up here just a little bit. If he had ended his movement where he was at now, then that had been within 6. Cause there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would have been converted into raiding. Fortunately, that's not the case. So we, on the one hand, I kind of want a bigger role for this. And he is not going to be following the path, right? Again, remember, it's the quickest exit out of the dungeon, so he's not going to be following the patrol routes. He's just going to be getting out as quick as he can. So, d6 plus 3. It's a total of 6. Okay, so he's headed this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's roll this d6. A 1 to 3. Let's see. There we go. So 1 to 3, he'll continue this trajectory, right, heading down. A 4 to 6, he's going to come off to the side when he goes again. So let's roll that. Let's see what he does. 4 to 6 is actually going to go this way, so I'm going to point him that way as a reminder. Okay, that is all of the minions. Now let's see what our boy Dreadthorn does. Alright, here we are back with Dreadthorn. Remember, Guardians move via the patrol route die, unless they're engaged, and then they would move back to the spawn spot and all that. So right now he's not engaged with anybody, so he's just rolling the patrol route die. He's going blue first. Blue is this orange, so first move up to there. He is not, this room has a wall there, but he's not within 4 anyway, so that's his first of 4, so that's 1. Second roll, going green. Oh, wow. 2, so he's way up here in the north. And let's go up there. Alright, and his third movement is purple. So, boom, he heads right here. Oh god. Please don't. Please. So what do we not want him to roll? We don't want him to roll green or blue. Oh, this is the last one. Of course he rolls blue. Means he lands here. And, yeah, I'm pretty sure he can see Carrick, so... Gosh, dang it. Now, fortunately, that is his last move. So, basically, Carrick is going to probably try to get into this... Oh, he's not close enough for that. There's not anything really even close. Yeah, he's probably just gonna run. Yeah, he's probably just gonna run away as far as he can with all of his activations next time around. Man, dang it. I didn't think he would. You know the way I roll. Alright, so tracking token, gonna put that on Dreadthorn, and then we're gonna also put that same tracking token on Carrick. And yeah, that's the end of that turn. So not a bad turn. Wish we could have found the secret room, but I mean, that bow, even though he can't use it yet, is pretty awesome. Although, oh, wait, there's traps there. Ugh, these traps, Roger. These traps. Yeah, it's going to be tough. He's probably going to die again. Because he literally does not have anywhere to go that he can get out. Because if he goes south here, he can get into a room, but it's got a trap to get out. There's a room beside it that he could get into, but there's no chambers open there, and that's a level 3. That's these rooms right here, so we know that that's like 3 and 4 monsters. Obviously, he can't go in there. Well, I take that back. This sinkhole here, remember, it just takes 3 movement to get over it, so it's not damaging him. It just takes part of his movement. So if we can get him decent rolls to get over here, he might, if he could get to this cellar here, that's a 16 for hiding. So, I mean, he might could do it. Maybe. I don't know. Of course, hopefully, we can stagger their movement so that he can get down here and, I don't think Elvis is going to make it all the way to him, though. It's the only negative. Well, I think, say maybe only negative is not the only negative, but, I mean, on the other hand, remember he does have that lightning rune, so if he had to get into combat, and then it didn't seem like there's a way out, we could spend an action to, use that to attack Dreadthorn, just to do some damage to him before he got killed. And that's another thing I'm contemplating. So, since it's solo and we're doing like the rating is optional, the traps are optional, I'm thinking that I may actually go back, and I know we started the game on normal, and I'll keep everything else, but I'm considering the Terror Track level starting lower, maybe on easy or novice, and leaving everything else the same just to give us a shot, since we're playing on a little bit harder mode than I think you would normally do with a Solo Crusader. But anyway, that's just something I'm considering. But that is that round. So pretty decent round. Wish we could have got that encounter challenge and got 2 additional loot cards. That would have been pretty awesome. But hey, we got that +3 is killing it. And if the Battle Mage can get that to him, yeah, because that is a T2, so he could use it. 3 damage a hit. It's pretty freaking awesome. Okay, cool. Alright, that's the end of this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you, Roger, for an awesome game. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video as we continue this playthrough series of Dungeon Crusade with the Solo Crusader mode. And yes, we're going to go through all 3 quest tables. And yes, it will definitely be the longest playlist that I have. But yes, it is completely worth it because it is an awesome, awesome, awesome game. Thank you guys. Take care. We'll talk to you later.